Lady with the lamp. Groaning and pain stood on the ground. The people closed into a single fist. Along with men, Soviet women walked the roads of war from the terrible, harsh days of 1941 to the victorious spring of May 1945. They healed not only physical wounds, but sometimes mental wounds as well. During the war, more than 200,000 doctors and 500,000 paramedical personnel worked at the front and in the rear, and half of them were women. They provided assistance to more than 10 million those wounded. They stood the operating tables. They, not sparing themselves, pulled out the wounded in their arms from the battlefield. Sometimes they had to take the blow on themselves, protecting the wounded from bullets and shells like a shield with their bodies. My great-grandmother Anna Ivanovna Rilikova was born in 1923. She never knew who her parents were. On the 21st of December, she was found at the doors of a church, and later she ended up in the orphanage. Soon Anna Ivanovna was adopted, and she was raised in a very strict family. Great-grandmother loved her new parents, treasured them. They instilled in her a love for work, taught her to be honest, purposeful, explained what it means to love and feel compassion, qualities that she carried through life, values that she passed on to the next generation. At the age of 18, my great-grandmother found herself at the front. She was a nurse. Unfortunately, we were unable to save a single photograph of Anna Ivanovna, which we immensely regret. My great-grandmother touched on the topic of war several times, and there was always horror and fear in her eyes, and her words that no matter what happens, as long as there is no war, still ring bells in the ears of my parents. I never knew my great-grandmother, but my mother told me what an impression on her, also a nurse, made her great-grandmother's stories about how she pulled wounded soldiers out of the battlefield one by one, how there was a shortage of medicine, how wounds festered due to unsanitary conditions, and what saving humans' life cost. This was a real shock for the young girl. Despite the hardships of the war, they always believed in the coming victory and did everything possible and impossible for the sake of victory, and no one doubted that there would be a victory. My great-grandmother also met her love during the war years. One of her rescued fighters turned out to be the one who became supporting her life and her father of her children. The whole world knows the famous nurse Florence Nightingale. Our family had our own Lady with the Lamp, and we will always honor and remember her feat in the name of humanity and humanism, hers and that of many others. Lev Rachko, 7-8.